Hi, everybody. We've got that beautiful Seven of Wands. We're working through the element of fire and the Wand family, all about action. Pairs. How do we do pairs? Quite simply, divide your deck using your Major Arcana, 22 in one pile, and your Minor Arcana, 56 in the other pile. Shuffle the 22 Major Arcana cards, shuffle the 56 Minor Arcana cards, and when you are ready, take one off each off the top, and you'll get something like this. And because we're studying the Seven of Wands, this card tonight will not change. On the right, the Seven of Wands. We're going to be changing the Major Arcana card to show you the influences of how you get a reading, and it makes much more sense to you, the reader, or to the person that is having the reading with you. We have the Strength card here, and the Strength card is linked to many words, but I chose the word courage. Strength as a Major Arcana card, of course, is Leo, and so any Leos out there, get to know your Major Arcana card, okay? You need to know who you are in the deck. So if you're reading for yourself, you can find yourself, but also it helps if you know yourself, then you are able then to start doing it for others. There is my top tip of the day. Major Arcana card. In this case, we do have the Leo card. Now, they're both fire energy because strength, of course, is linked to Leo, Leo being the element of fire. And the Wand family is also linked to the element of fire. And that means action. People don't just want the meanings from the little white book. They want to know, can you answer their burning questions, which is why they come to you for a reading, and are you going to be able to give them some impartial advice? So let's say we haven't got a question, somebody just pulled two cards for me, and you get the Strength card and Seven of Wands, two very positive cards. No need for reverse meanings because when you are using a clarifying card, which is the Minor Arcana card on the right, you do not need to reverse your meanings. You are being given the answer as to the background effects. Now, the background effects are what is happening. So what is happening is in the Seven of Wands, one of the key words for the Seven of Wands is opposition. And opposition is opposing those that are trying to challenge you in some way. They want to challenge you. You're up there on top and I don't like it. So straight away, we look at that card and we say, oh, he looks all right up there, but look at it. Look how precarious it is. He's straddled. His legs are apart. There is a stream running in between. He's very close to the edge. His right foot, as we look at it, on the left. Two different shoes there. What does that mean? You go back over the tutorial. I'm not going to go back over everything I said on Thursday. Maybe he got caught unawares, or maybe he's someone that just had to grab his things and go because the enemy's coming and they're trying to invade or attack. Or maybe it's because he sees things from a completely different perspective. And so he's very grounded in two different, shall we say, schools of thought. What does it mean? Quite simply, you've got the Major Arcana card telling you what is happening. In this case, this person's got strength, courage. What does the Strength card mean? It's Leo. Maybe this person is a Leo. Or maybe it's the fifth house, which is the inner child. You've got this power. And so we might be looking at a Leo. We might be looking at the fact that this person has got the strength. What kind of strength? It can actually be because we've got that Seven of Wands there, which is the card, of course, of action. But courage is a word for the Strength card. We've got a clue in the Minor Arcana card, which is the Seven of Wands. Now, strength, there's all different kinds of strength. There's mental strength, but look at the suit. We are not looking at the sword family. So this has nothing to do with their thoughts or their communication. So it's not mental and it's not emotional because we don't have cups. And it's not something that's already a product because we don't have a pentacle. What we do have is wands, and wands is action. Now, look at the number 7. At what stage between 1 to 10 are they? That's all we've got to go on. We haven't got a question. We just got someone saying, give me a couple of cards. Just pull me a couple of cards. And so you'd have to say, hold on a minute, because I've got action cards on the right, that strength will be something to do with their strength of action, how they will, it's telling you something about action. The number 7, forget about the picture for a minute. 7 is better than the beginning of your journey of the ace. Yeah, we're going up. Each time we go up from 1 to 10, we are progressing, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. The more we progress, the more we can get in a muddle, the more we can get in a pickle, the more we can be challenged, the more we can actually find these problems. All of those things are true. But the 7 of Wands is a card of saying 7 is a number of progress. In tarot, you are looking at 7 being positive, you're progressing. You're not quite all the way, we're not at a 10. Telling you you've completed something. Yeah. When we get to 10 of Wands, we'll complete the actions. So probably we'll be experiencing burnout. What kind? Action. So there's some physical strength. How do we know that? Because we've got the 7 of Wands. So whatever's happening in that card on the right is telling you, is it the mind, i.e. the thoughts? Is it the emotions? I want, I don't want, I'm scared, I love, I like, I'm terrified of, I'm scared it won't happen, I'm so excited, whatever. Okay, they're all emotions. Actions. I'm working hard. I'm right at the beginning. I'm really struggling. I'm consolidating. I'm creating. I'm progressing. I've got a victory. I've got physical burnout. I'm not delegating. You've got to look at that card on the right is telling you what the background effects are with the person you're reading for. What are the background effects? So in this case, the 7 of Wands is telling us they're holding back the opposition in a physical way. Their actions are leading to opposing others, which requires courage, which requires strength. But that of the physical kind, even though courage can be an emotion or a thought or something that we're driven to do, it is still, because of the card on the right, we are being told in which area is it. There's only 4. What do we think? What do we feel? Does not equate what we do or what we end up with. I think I want a yacht, a Rolls Royce, an island. I think that is not enough to say you're going to get it, because I'm communicating, I'm telling the universe I want it. Good for you. But you have done nothing about it. You need to be in a place. That's why winds are so exciting, because that first ace that's your gift. You've probably done something to deserve that ace of wands, which is, there you go, there's a start. Have that, bank that, take that. I'm with you here. I'm giving you a head start. You're playing the game, I'm playing it back with you. That is the ace of wands. And as we work with that, and it's what action will you take? Will that develop? Only you can do that, or the person that's having the reading. So this pair tells you this person has courage. They don't just have courage as in, courage is like an emotion, isn't it? It's something that's in us. It's that courage to act against the opposition. If we look at it and we change it, the courage to stand your ground. This would be the courage to stand your ground. And people say, oh, I don't know anybody like that. We all know someone. It could be that you've just gone out for a pint of milk to the local shop and you've got to stand your ground in the sense of going, crikey, I'm not paying that. Go down the road and walk a bit further. It's X amount cheaper. Or you see your neighbour and you've got to stand your ground. You've got to have the courage to actually say, excuse me, sorry, could you keep the noise down after 11, please? Or could you tell your friends when they visit not to actually park in my garden or in my drive or block me in or whatever it is? That's standing your ground. Don't always think that it's like, I want to fight you, I this. They're just examples of what it could be. Picture somebody. Who do you know that's like that person in the strength card? Who do you know? Yeah? Is it you? Is it someone that needs standing up to, that's quite strong, that you find formidable? It might be really, ooh, I don't want to say anything to them. I've never said or done anything, but I feel it from them. I can see I wouldn't go there. Have somebody in mind. Strength card, what I can think of is Madonna. Okay? I've just written the article. I wrote it months ago, so sorry, I forget. She's got the strength to actually get up there and say, I was the queen, I still am in some respects, I've got the courage, I'm standing my ground, I still want to perform. Yeah, that's a good example. Pick someone that you can resonate with. If you know a Leo in your family, what are they like? And you might go, oh, we're not focusing on Leo. No, but that's the major card. And if you learn a major card well, and you look at what that major card is, what? It's about strength. What kind of strength? The answer's in the second card. The strength of action. The strength of what you physically do. Thinking, feeling ain't the same as doing. And action will lead to where it needs to be. And that's really important. It's a card of standing your ground. And here we go. Let's change that and let's go. Another sort of key word for the Seven of Wands is perseverance. You know, not giving up at the first hurdle, having the courage and the strength to physically keep them away. They're coming. The mobs here are coming heavy-handed, and you're in a privileged position going, hold on a minute, I'm looking down at you, and I can go, I'll move you out of the way, stop, I'm protecting, in a position of defense. That is really what the Seven of Wands is. You're defending, and that takes courage. But that courage isn't just what you think and what you feel, because the second card is telling you it's also action. What kind of action? Positive action, because we are in a 7. And looking at the picture, we can see, look at the colours, look at the blue, look at the green. Green is the universe supporting us. Blue is communication, throat chakra. Brown is things of the past. The odd shoes represent the fact he's either been caught out because he's human and this mob came in and he didn't have time to get ready, or he's thinking outside of the box and he's going, I've got strategy A and strategy B. Courage against the competition. If you like, look at it that you've got to have the courage to say, you know what? The competition just wants to do, I don't know, the basics. And you've got the courage to go, I want to go beyond the basics. I want to dig deeper. I want to go further. And everyone going, no, they don't want that. And you're going, I do. You've got the courage. Oh, but it won't be popular. You won't sell many. You won't sell many of those brown loaves. That people want white loaves. People want slice. People want the choice to say, don't slice it for me. I'll tell you if I want it sliced. And you go, I don't do any of that. I want to actually sell whatever it is. French stick, yeah? And it's not sliced bread, and it's not brown, and it's not this, it's not that. You've got the courage to go, the competition is doing that, I'm not. In my actions, I'm not going to do that, I am not doing. And they come and they go, gosh, if I made a mistake, I really need to explore this. And it's, no, you haven't made a mistake. It's the 7. You're in a place. The others won't like you, and they'll tell you there's something wrong with it. Get down off there. They don't like that. Why are they doing that? Because they're in competition with you and they don't like it. They're challenging you. Got to have the courage. So that is possibly what the 7 of Wands could mean. And this is also what they're doing. They're challenging you. Come on then. You can't. The reason you're doing French sticks is you can't make a plain white or a crusty or a soft cob or a brown or slice it. You haven't got the cutter. You haven't got any of that. I've paid a fortune to actually be able to do all of that. It's took me years to do it. And off you come and do something as simple as a French stick. I don't know how easy or difficult it is to make, but I can imagine it's a lot less work. And everyone's going to you and not me. I'm challenging you. Stop selling them. I don't want it. Could I have the courage to go, no? I'm sorry. I think there's room for both of us. Or looking at that, might be more than one person that's actually saying, hey, stop it. You've got to have the courage. But we're being told because of the suit that it's something physically that is a victory or a good thing. Yeah. You're in a place of standing your ground, persevering against the competition and anyone that's opposing you, because that's what the 7 of Wands is. And you're being challenged. That's what they're doing. Let's do the Emperor. And the reason I'm choosing that is, again, it's another card that's associated with the element of fire. So we'll use the word ambitions for the Emperor. Somebody might be saying, you know something? I've got these 2 cards, and that person just went, just read it for me. I don't want to tell you anything. No, you're human, and I've done it too. But we're so sorry. Because it feels as if we're being tested, and really they're probably just testing what the cards are saying to them, not you. I know it's hard not to take it personal. So you can change all that by going, no, you must give me a question. I can be accurate. Let's say they didn't. Here we are with a good old Emperor and the 7 of Wands, and you're thinking, I don't know what to say to this person. Yeah, I know that. The Emperor is the daddy, father figure. I know he's a boss. And I know he's ambitious. It depends on your delivery. And if you're not comfortable with that, you can say, I feel that everything you're doing is leading to your ambitions being actualized. You don't need to say you're an ambitious son. That's where I think people go, oh, it's hard. And 7 of Wands in this case, challenge, we'll use that word in a minute. We've got the Emperor, who is the father figure, boss, and the daddy. This is someone that is probably formidable as well. Far can be, because it can, yeah, it really can. And what star sign is this? This is Aries. Okay, you might say, oh, I've got the Emperor card. I'm picking up Aries here, because you are. Again, who do you know that's Aries? Who's a famous Aries, anybody? You might be, but who's a famous Aries? Yeah? Aries. Who do you know that's Aries in your life? You've got an Aries that you can go, yeah, fire up. So go on to my website and you can go onto your natal chart. And with your natal chart, you can find out all about you. Now, I suggest you do that. It's free. Make use of it. Put it there for a reason. Type in everything about you and find out, if you don't know already, why am I going on about fire so much and neglecting our poor sun signs that are in the different elements of air, water, and earth? Quite simply because the one family is the element of fire and its action. So if you've got action and action, you've got, haven't you? Yeah? Point is, the card on the right is telling whether they're going to do something and whether it's positive. Are they going to do something? Yeah? The word's there. They're going to challenge. That's what they're going to do. And the emperor is in a place of authority. Who do we know that's an emperor? Think about them. How do they behave? It might not look like the emperor. It's not what it's about. They might be the kindest person you've ever met. They might be bored easily. They might actually be somebody that's always on a project. They start it, they don't finish it. They turn around and have the best intentions. They do go and finish it, but they finish it when they want to, not when it's expected. Yeah. So they are going to do something, you're absolutely right, because of their ambitious actions. It's their nature, but it's their actions. Start getting that card on the right to tell you what of the 4 things it is. What stage in the journey? Is this, oh, we're right at the end? Nope. In the middle? Nope. Better than that. Is it looking good? Actually, the 7's pretty good. It's a wonderful sort of number of being able to fight the competition. Yeah? Yeah. There's another word. So we get this and you say to somebody, look, I don't know what your question is, but I really think that you've got something in you that's a bit of an entrepreneur. Okay. And I think that what you do, you're going to stick to your guns. And the other be competition, but you're not scared of competition. You're going to keep doing what you're doing. That would be if we'd got our lovely emperor, the mixing and blending, the fusion, finding the right mix. Okay, we've talked before about the fact that this angel has wings straight away, Sagittarius. That's how I remembered it from the get-go, because hang on a minute, Sagittarius is long distance travel and higher learning. That means I've got my wings to fly in my knowledge or to get on an aeroplane. Boom, straight away. Mixing and blending. I'll take this emotion of this culture and this. I'm Irish descent. My father's Irish, my mum's parents were Irish, but she's English. I was born in the UK. And there's cultures going on there. So we've got ancestors coming in. Look at all of that. But 7 of Wands, what does it mean? It means you're in a place of progress when you're trying to find the right mix in life. You will beat the competition. You will find the right components that will make the difference. Here we go. If you are in competition, yeah, you might have a challenge of finding the right mix, the right people for you. It can be challenging to find exactly the way you want to go, exactly the right recipe, because you're going to make that French stick, exactly the right recipe, the right teacher for you. I wanted to learn astrology when I was 7 or 8. The first pocket money was straight on. I'm a Cancer and I want to find out all about it. I'm fascinated. If you looked at my chart, you'd understand why I'm a psychic and why I work the way that I do and all the rest of it. It's everywhere. And my parents were not particularly happy. So I had a challenge of wanting to learn astrology, nobody around to teach it me. And to be honest, anybody that was talking about it, I felt very intimidated. They had this book that was full of, it's the ephemeris, very difficult, put me off. But it took years and decades, and I found the right teacher. It was a challenge to do, but I kept looking, and I was like, no, this isn't right. Because if I did it wrong, if I'd got the wrong teacher or the wrong information, and not that anyone can give you that, but the person that's explaining it to me and I'm not getting it, I'm going to give up. So I didn't want to do that. It's like there's the right person will come along. Don't forget, when I was on the platform with psychics, we had a resident astrologer, and he was too busy and he was a little bit, I'm going to say, bold and more political than I would be comfortable with. I needed someone to go, hey, you're learning, take your time, we'll figure it out. You'll learn as much as you can. And then when you want more, you'll go back to it when you need a break. Yeah. Rather than, no, this is the be all and end all. didn't want to feel that sense of intimidation. And also finding the right mix in the competition. So Sagittarius, you might have a Sagittarius that might be, hold on a minute, you might be reading for a Sagittarius, or you might be saying, I feel there's a fire sign coming into your life, okay? And it's helping you win the competition. You will find the right balance here. So that could be the meaning of those cards. The Major Arcana card is more to do with what area of their life. So if it was that we're going, oh, we don't want to talk about someone, what area would this be? This would be in a house of knowledge, higher learning. Hello, hello. Haven't seen you before. Hi, card readings with Jamie. Hi, how are you doing, Jamie? Welcome. What sign are you? Share with us. We are discussing fire just simply because we've got the Wand family, we've got the Seven of Wands, we're trying to learn pairs, and rather than learn the meaning, get something that you can go, when I see the Seven of Wands, I think of me when I was doing X. So passionate Sagittarius, there you are the Temperance card, all right? And card of healing. Passionate Sagittarius, welcoming Jamie. Yeah, card of healing. Mixing, blending different cultures. She's mixing and blending. She's probably doing a little bit of crystal. She's probably doing a little bit of... Don't forget, when you do this work, you're probably very gifted in certain areas of empathy, of being able to connect with people. And despite the competition, you're Libra and you're new to the channel. Jamie, welcome, welcome, welcome. Right. Challenge here. Jamie, Libra, let's bring up your Major Arcana card. So let's talk about Libra, seen as I love that. So let's try and find that card for Libra. There we go. Okay, so Jamie, for you, you're Libra. So therefore, the Justice card is your Major Arcana card. And the Justice card, the word I picked for it means 100 things. I'm not saying it's its only meaning. If you're welcome, subscribe. Jamie, the reason being, subscriptions don't do me any good. But if you subscribe, you'll be notified when we're on. And if you're interested in astrology and tarot and learning tarot intuition, really, if somebody said to me, what is this channel about? It's about helping you grow as a reader, because I provided courses for people that ask me, the courses are available. You need to know that, you need to know why they're different. I don't just teach you the meanings. Oh, so Libra and new. And there you go, Jamie. You're already being welcomed by Queen of Cups and Passionate Sagittarius. Okay. Passionate Sagittarius. Queen of Cups. Oh, how lovely. Thank you so much. I've put my Tuesday Tarot Twist, which is where we combine cards together like you've seen us do. And that's all in a podcast, so that's easy for you to find. Libra, Major Arcana card for Libra is Justice. Justice relates to lots of words, but we've got to use a key word, and we chose the key word partnerships. It's about balance, it's about law, we know all of that. But we've got to try and help people bring the meaning of a Major Arcana card, which is telling you what is going on. So what is going on here? Forget about justice, look at the word underneath. In their partnerships, which could be work, their hobbies, a business, or romance. In their partnerships, there's some form of competition. Now, it could be healthy competition or not. How do we know? We'd have to look at more cards. We'd have to be looking at where it is in the spread. Forget that for a minute. Let's just look at Justice card is talking to us about partnerships. And we say, okay, well, I can see partnerships here, and there's some competition. Could use that word. Or we might say, Another meaning for the Seven of Wands is being challenged right now in your partnership. Somebody wants to knock you off your perch and go and step in. I cannot tell you how many times people used to phone up and think that I was the golden reader on my own platform because I was a reader. I also was the support to the readers, and yeah, I drove it the way I wanted it to go. And then, of course, once they developed, they were able to run along in a different way, and they didn't need me so much. But the readers did, and they were like, how can I answer this? This person said that to me. I froze when I was reading. How do you find the person when they're asking about someone? They ask me what they are, what's their intentions. They asked me, will my ex come back? And they mentioned it was 20 years, didn't know what to say. They asked me if I can see their life, and I'd go in there and support. And then they'd go, can you teach me how you read? So that's where the courses were born while I was still working there. But what happened was I really got involved in the courses and got very excited about it. But I couldn't do both because I was so busy reading that I just couldn't give it the time I really wanted to. I decided that I'd like to go in the direction of teaching it because, after all, can't always read forever. And if you've got something that's to be shared, which is the system that I structured together as much as I can, remember that everything is, it's a bit like everything's come together that I think is the best for somebody that wants to just keep taking the next step. Reading with pairs gives you so much information. So in partnerships, things are being challenged. Yeah? Competition, we've said. What's the advice? In partnerships, you will need to persevere. They're coming at you. You've got to just be consistent. You've also got to really stand your ground in that partnership. Libra, if they were asking, as in straight away, people go, oh, is this a legal situation? Or, oh, balance and harmony. How's that going to help them when they're actually trying to stop somebody coming, like I was telling you on the platform, trying to knock me off my thinking that, oh, you're just the golden girl. Then I created this. You think always turning in and going, how did you get here then? I put something together and I went round and said, I've got something good to share. It's a game, it's a system, it's phone lines, it's this. And I think we could develop it. What do you think? Loads of people grabbed it, but it's the ones that actually made something happen and set it up as in, okay, we'll do a Sunkit platform, we'll get you going. And that's what they did. They were the backers. They needed me to guide it. So I've got all this knowledge of 30 years of being a professional reader, 20 of actually been on the platforms, and 15, 20 of teaching this. And I developed it because it works. There's nothing out there. You're given cards and it's this means that. Got it? Yeah. Off you go. Go and read for them. You know what you're doing. But they've asked me this, and I've said to them, partnerships, and they've gone, yeah. You're standing your ground. Yeah. More. That's what they do. And you think, how can I ever? Try looking at it that they're hanging on your every word and they're really interested in what you're saying, and not to be overwhelmed by what you're feeling is a bit of stage fright. Could be that you're standing your ground in partnerships, or it could be this word. There's another key word for the Seven of Wands. In a partnership, there's opposition. I'm saying, people saying, oh, how did you get there, Anne-Marie? Teacher's pet sort of thing. That's little do you know. It didn't matter to that. But I knew I can do that. When can I have a word with your boss? And it's the boss. And depends how you are. I don't want them to think that. You don't need to shout it from the rooftops. As soon as we've done air, justice can mean many things, but it's also in astrology, justice card links to the seventh house, which is the house of relationships. There's not only one kind of relationship, although you'd think so looking at social media, it's all about love. makes the world go round. It's what makes people weak at the knees and feel that they need some impartial advice. So we need to be able to give it from the cards and the meanings in our interpretation of the cards. And one of the best ways to do that is to bring your cards together. The art of combining them. The art of combining them. And being able to combine them is a lot easier than working with, I've got this card for you today and I think it means this. And they're going, oh, I would like to know more about, I'm going, let's say somebody says, really looking at what the future's holding for me, and you get these two cards. Straight away, I'd be thinking this person's actually successful, probably at work. Work, why? Not just, I said to you, it's action, yeah? But of course, the one's family does relate to our careers and to the actions we take. So it can be work in our actions. So straight away, I'd be thinking, okay, there's a partnership here, as in some way here. This person is really good. Some people think that we should knock him off his perch and I could do better, or get out of the way. I want my friend in there, or whatever it is. 7 of Wands is you deserve to be there and people want to actually bring you down. It's just the way it is. Right. Seeing as we've done fire, let's continue with air. And I think this should be, yeah. The Lovers. Any Geminis watching? If you're a Gemini, this is your Major Arcana card. The Lovers. So this, straight away, if you get this, I'd be thinking, hold on a minute. Let's put it on. A keyword there, as in on the right. And for the Lovers, I chose choices. So the Lovers is connected to the air sign Gemini, the Geminis. Gemini works in conjunction with the planet Mercury, which is about communication. So now we're fusing communication from the Lovers elements and action, because we've got the wand. Does that make sense? Air equals communication. Fire equals action. Communication. I've given you a keyword there, choices. The communication is they're going to talk over their choices. So Gemini, if you are watching, look at this as your Major Arcana card. We've also got the angel there. We've got some great things going on in the background. You can watch my tutorial on that, and the podcasts are there. I have a Thursday podcast too, which is Learn Tarot. So you've got Tuesday's podcast and Thursdays. All that is a library of all the tutorials, starting at 0 to 4, where we went through the Major Arcana cards and did a tutorial, 1-hour tutorial just on that one card. No fluff or details. Then on Tuesday, we worked with pairs. And let's say we've done this before. I'm doing this after I did the tutorial of the Lovers. Now I'm covering it again. And we're going to get things at a different perspective. But if you want to go back there, it's like going back for a library, but it's not the courses. So I didn't give you everything. I don't tell you timings. I'm not telling you how to actually lay out the spread. I'm not actually doing anything, but my courses are video based and they really are very reasonable. I think the most expensive is cost of a dinner for 2 in a nice evening out. Nothing more than that. I don't mean the centre of London. Don't want to do that. But it took me a long time. You've got so much depth in there, but it's not overwhelming. I'm not going into the history of this, that, and the other. I'm going into what you might want to know and what you might want to come back to for another time. But I've separated them so that you're just doing the Major Arcana cards. If you want to buy the whole lot, buy the whole lot. That's absolutely fine. But you've got the choice to take it where you want to go. If you want to learn the method, you need my intermediate signature course. If you want to progress, you've got to then go into the advanced signature course. Of course, if you went for the advanced, you'll find that you're starting halfway and you haven't got the first bit. Sorry about that, but that's how it goes. And then you might do all those courses and go, do you know what? I don't know enough about my actual cards. I thought I did, but doing this, there's things I've not picked up. I need to go back. So you might go back and do Major Arcana. Might go back and do the ones. I know I did. I don't mean. I just always, it's what can I know? I'm going to do another numerology course. I'm going to do another chakra course. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And it's just how it is. So it's very much about there are choices with these two cards. So we get the Lovers card and the Seven of Wands. There are choices between two people. Ignore the word the lovers. We just know that they like each other. Physical attraction, yes. How do we know it's physical? We've got the Seven of Wands. We've got wands. We've also got positive, number 7. Everything about Seven of Wands is yes. Yes, good. Yes, good. Not yes, it's awful, because it's a positive card. As yet, he's defending that position, isn't he? So any challenges to do with choices between two people and their communication and seeing both sides of things, very mercurial, because it's the card for Gemini. Okay. And any challenges, they're going to be looking at their choices and how to navigate that. Look at the mountain in between the lovers. The card on the right tells you what the challenge is. The mountain represents the problem. The card on the right tells you what the problem's about. So here, they're challenging each other. Or we could look at it. Couples can be, or friends can be in competition with each other. Or they're in competition to be the friend or to be the lover. Seven of Wands. Choices. Shall I persevere with this? I'm attracted to you. It feels good, but I'm tired of fighting off the others. That's how I'd read that. That's all those people coming for a special person. Are they giving up? No, but shall I persevere? I want to talk to you. I'm finding this, I'm persevering with that, but I need to stand my ground too. I don't always want to be that I'm feeling that all these people have got your attention and I haven't. There's so many different things it could be, but you'd be on the right tracks with something like that if it was a love reading. So standing your ground. Or actually saying, I'm choosing to fight your position. Or it's very lovable. Or it might be, we need to have a chat. I feel that you're deliberately in a place of, you're doing really well, but we need to communicate about what we do next in order to maintain this. And I feel that the outside influences, where are the outside influences? Those 6 ones that's challenging our figure that's at the top of the hill in the Seven of Wands. Okay? There's a little bit of emotion in Seven of Wands. Why? We have the water. He's grounded. Why? He's standing on terra firma. Earth. It's green. A lot of green there. Support from the universe. Talking about the Seven of Wands here. Being grounded and connected to the past. That comes from the brown that's in the wands and the tan boots. Orangey tights, or depends on what colour your deck is. So orangey yellow. It's actually about passion. And it's about having, if it's yellow, it's about sunny disposition and being cheerful, joyful in what you're doing. And does this continue to look successful in the Seven of Wands, or do we think he's going to get tired? Look at the growth in those wands. And he's fine. He can keep going there. Definitely. Let's do Libra, Gemini. So we need to go out. This one. So, for those of you that are air, we won't be doing earth or water tonight because we've just only got so much time. But seeing as Jamie actually said, I'm Libra, giving the chance to look at air signs. Star card. Star card is about hope. Yeah. There's some sort of healing going on here. Well, hopeful, as in that we can stay on top of the situation and keep providing our defense against the opposition. If they're asking about finances, you've got the answer there in the Seven of Wands. Yeah. You're being challenged, as in by the opposition, but all is good. It's a yes card to anything that is a positive question. It's not a negative. It's like staying on top of your situation with your finances. Why? Because you're managing to stay ahead of the game. It's the same. Don't look for, oh, it's a money question, I'll look for money. I've never done that in my life. Oh, it's a physical question, I'll look for wands. Oh, it's an emotional question, I'll just look for cups. That's a great question. Sorry, I don't know if I put that up on there. So if it's about finances, doesn't matter what your card is on the right, the answer is in the right. Yeah? And the card on the left is telling you what? I hope. So if they're asking about finances here, you go, I hope that they can defend against the opposition, which is look at the Seven of Wands and go, right, that's the person that's asking about the finance, the figure in the Seven of Wands, and the Six Wands underneath, or batons, where people are doing this jab. That is that's that bill, that person, got to do that. And you hope that you'll have at some point some money so that you can stand your ground and go, I'm not going to use the credit cards anymore. I hope to actually be free of that and independent of that. I hope that I'm going to have some savings. Yeah, it's a positive. It might be, I'm hoping that if I persevere with my finances, that I can do that healing course that I want to do. Why do I say that? Because the star card, Aquarius, this is your Major Arcana card, the star. And it represents hopes, wishes, your community, and social life and social media. But you didn't know that, did you? Why? Because it's communities. The 11th house in astrology is about our communities. And that's in our neighborhood, and that's the people that we hang about with in the so-and-so group, bikers group, smokers group, the I want to lose weight group, the I'm teaching myself how to knit group, or whatever it is. There are communities, or my place of worship group, whatever that happens to be when I'm going into what's right or wrong. Okay, so that's a little bit more about pairs, going deep. I hope you enjoyed that, and do take care of yourself and each other. Have a great week. Do try that method of who am I in the Major Arcana. It will really help you. And also people, the beautiful people in your life, it's nicest to do the ones that you really like and find out who they are in the Major Arcana. Until next time, take care, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you Thursday for our tutorial. Don't miss it. Bye for now.